I was a bit curious, what breeds are your cats and what are they like? Manakatsu is back home. I miss her so much. I'm sure your fluff bells are sitting around going, when is Kiara getting home? Hope you're doing great. I'm not gonna say what breed they are, but they're very fluffy. Very, very fluffy and very cute, very adorable. Baby, baby. They're really so adorable. I miss them so much. I miss them so much. They are like, one of them is very clingy. Actually, they're both kind of clingy, but one of them is especially clingy. She, like, runs after me the whole time, and both of them sleep with me in my bed every night, at least if I'm at home. And, one of them would always sleep, like, next to my head. And, when I get up to go anywhere, to the kitchen or to the bathroom, whatever, she would always run with me right away. Even if she would be in a deep sleep, she would wake up and walk alongside with me to wherever I'm going. And if I'm doing something in the kitchen, she stays there until I leave the kitchen. And if I go to the bathroom, to the shower, she sometimes kind of knows where I'm going to and runs ahead of me, and then slides into the bathroom because it has kind of a slippery floor. She runs and slides into the bathroom and then flops over right in front of the bathtub and just flops down and looks at me like, meow, meow. It's so adorable. Yeah, she likes to flop. She likes to run fast and then flop. It's so adorable. And then, she's very fat. She's very, very fat. And she looks like a baby. Yeah, she's very cute. She is like a baby. And the other one is also very cute, but she's more independent. And she's kind of tsundere. She doesn't like to admit that she wants my love that much, but she's also very attached to, they're both very attached to me because I have them, I raised them, I got them for myself when I moved places, and I was like, I finally want to get my own cats because I grew up with cats. My mom used to have a cat, but yeah, when I moved, I was like, I want my own cats now. And I was finally ready financially, and like the whole living situation was also finally good enough to get my own cats. So I couldn't wait anymore, and I got my own 2 babies. And they were really small. And actually in the beginning, right in the first week, I had some really big issue. And the first cat that I talked to you about, she actually had to go into emergency operation. Like actually on the 2nd day, right after I got them. It was horrible. Like I was crying so much, and that it really stressed me out. I felt so sorry, and I was so sad, and she was so tiny, you know. She was so little and so tiny, and but she survived, and I brought her home, and everything was okay. But yeah, I love them both so much, and because I raised them for like 2 years before I went to Japan this year, I miss them so much. Someone is taking care of them right now, but yeah, I actually originally I was thinking of bringing them to Japan with me, but there would have been a lot of complicated things that would come with that process. Very complicated. It would be, I really tried, but first of all I would have to give them some specific vaccines, okay? And then after that vaccine I would have to wait 6 months, so it would have had to be at least 6 months of prior planning, which I had enough time at that point, so I was gonna do it. But then there's like it makes the whole flight more expensive, and in Japan most apartments are really tiny, first of all. Second of all, many apartments don't take foreigners. And first of all, many apartments don't take pets. Most apartments don't take pets. So, it would have been very hard to find an apartment that allows pets, allows foreigners, and is affordable for me, while also not being too tiny, like for the cats, because they are living in a pretty big apartment right now, and I don't want them to like have to change what they're used to too much. Like, it would have been a really big change, and honestly, it would have been so expensive for me. I wouldn't have been able to afford it. And I mean, even with all that, I would have maybe tried a way. I would have tried to find a way to bring them over anyway, and I would have tried somehow. But then I heard one more thing from a friend who has a friend, and he told me that he brought his friend or his friends brought their 2 cats also from okay, not also, in that case it was from England to Japan, which is pretty much the same distance as I had to go. And those 2 cats both died because of that. Because one of them, if I can remember correctly, one of them died in the security check. I think probably because of stress or whatever. You know how fucking stressful that is. So one of them apparently died during this security. I don't exactly know how it went down, but yeah. And then the other one, I think right after arriving or something. I don't know. I barely remember. But hearing that could be possible instantly made it no for me, because my cats are indoor cats, so I suppose they probably have a lower tolerance for stress and stuff like that anyway to begin with. And I just want them to be safe and happy. And I realized after reading about all of these facts and hearing all these things, I realized they will be happier waiting for me 1 year in the same apartment they grew up in a big apartment with being taken care of by someone they already know, than me forcing them for a long distance flight to Japan, and then like forcing them to live in a tiny ass apartment in a country with a totally different climate and totally different food and all of that, just to, after 1 year, bring them back again a 12 or 15 hour flight, whatever. That seems like too much risk and too much trouble for them. But to be honest, like I miss them so much. They're like my children, okay? They're literally my children, and it hurts me so much, especially in the first few months. I cried so much because I'm far away from them, and now I just try to not think about them, because otherwise I get very emotional. But yeah, but I know they're safe and they are all right. Sometimes I get some updates on how they're doing, and they're just sleeping all the time. But I'm just worried that if I come back, I'm not sure if they will still love me the same way they did before, because I was planning on during my year in Japan, because it was supposed to be only 1 year from the beginning, and that's how I'm not gonna extend it. But I was planning on going back home at least 3 times in that 1 year, just to visit them, to remind them I'm their mama. But now I couldn't visit them at all, and the first time they will see me again will be 1 year after I left them, and I feel like maybe that's enough time. Maybe that's too much time, and they will already have changed all their habits. So, like, what if they don't sleep together with me in the bed anymore? Because the girl who is currently taking care of them doesn't want like cat hairs in her own room, so she doesn't let them in So they sleep alone, like for a whole year. But I wonder if they will. I don't want him to sleep anywhere else. I want him to sleep with me in my bed when I come back. And I just wonder if they'll do that again, or if they'll completely forget about all the habits that they used to have. I mean, they probably remember who I am, but will they be as attached to me as they were before? And I don't know. They will? Really? One reason why I wanted my own cats is because the cats that I grew up with hated me. The cat that I grew up with in my childhood absolutely hated me. And I always wanted a cat that loves me. So I got my own cats and I was like, they have to love me. And I mean, they kind of do. So my own cats, I was really happy that they were so attached to me. And it was like, they helped me so much with like I wasn't feeling lonely thanks to them. And I was just really glad to have someone who loves me. And someone who doesn't hate me for petting them or for carrying them around. So I wonder if I come back, if they still love me the same way. And no, I'm not retiring if I go back. I can do this everywhere, in any country. Doesn't matter. Damn tangents. But that was an important tangent. I was always thinking like if I should tell you guys about this or not. But it's something that has been on my mind very, very, very strongly.